Hi, I'm Stephie and welcome back to my magical corner. Today's video I want to talk about how I became a huge Disney fan, Disnerd, and to loosen up a little bit more with making videos and stuff. So, because we have kind of a history with Disney in my family. My mom, starting with her, she was a huge Disney fan growing up. She loved the cartoons, but she didn't have the opportunity to go to the parks until later in life. I think after marrying my dad, something like that. I don't remember the story, and I don't want to bother her right now. So I think that's how she went to Disney the first time. And after that, she went to Disney when she was pregnant with me. Then I was born, and my first year birthday, they planned a Disney trip, and my mom was pregnant with my brother, so she went pregnant again. And when I asked her, like, did you really went there when you were pregnant? And she was like, pregnancy doesn't stop me from going to Disney. So thankfully I only had a brother, so she only went pregnant twice, I think. I don't know if she went more times, but I think only 2 times while pregnant. But every year after that, we will go once or twice to Disney. As vacations, because of my brother and my birthday. I don't know, my mom loved to go to Disney, so it's like, let's go to Disney. My dad wasn't that much of a fan of driving a lot, so he could have gotten annual passes, but he didn't want it to because he didn't want to drive every time to Anaheim. That's why we only went once or twice a year. Up until I was 10 or 12, I think, was my last trip annually. I did got the opportunity to go to Disney California once or twice, I think. I remember. I really don't remember that. We used to have pictures about that trip, but they got deleted because my computer got a virus or something like that, and everything got deleted and couldn't save anything. Very sad. That happened like 10 years ago, but still, I'm still sad about losing all of my Disney pictures. But the only ones that I have are from a trip we took when I was 5, I think. It's the only Disney pictures that I have, but at least I have a few. After that, we went when I was 15, I think. Yeah, 15. After I broke up with my boyfriend, I was super sad, and they were like, I know what's gonna cheer her up. So we went to Disney, and 4 or 5 years later, on my grad night, I went to Disney again, but this time with my friends, and that was my last Disney trip. It's been a long time, but we haven't been able to afford it. We're working. Hopefully we will make it and nothing will happen. I hope, because we've been trying for the past few years to save to go to Disney. Something happens always, so I hope this year. I hope we make it this year. My mom being a Disnerd, I have my points here as always. Pregnant, going to Disney. Yeah, part of it was because we went to Disney every year, so I have loved it since I was a kid, going to the parks. And also I watch every Disney movie almost, and cartoons. We used to watch it a lot in English because my dad wanted us to learn English, because back then in the 90s it was like the language of the future. If you want to work on this industry and you want to be someone, if you want to get paid very well, you need to learn English. And that was before the Chinese came with other plans too, and with other I'm thinking the word in Spanish, but I remember it in English. There's a lot of plants here. Used to be all of them American, but slowly we have been receiving, in Tijuana at least, a lot of them Chinese, Canadian, I think Korean. So at this point, what my father thought will be like the future language that you're going to need here, it's no longer it. It's more towards Korean Mandarin now. That's always, it's an evolving industry here. So plus I didn't follow his steps, so it's not going to be useful for me because I decided to study art and be a teacher. So sorry, not sorry. But yeah, back then it was like the future, and you needed to learn English properly to work at the same type of stuff that he did. That's why we only saw Disney movies in English, and every other movie we also saw it in English, except for the very few that he liked in Spanish, like Mulan, Pocahontas, Hercules, and Shrek. We used to watch those in Spanish. They're actually very good in Spanish, but yeah. Only English movies in this house back then. And still, we got used to it. So yeah, we even had cable, so we had access to a Disney Channel. And yeah, I grew up watching That's a Raven, Sweet Life, I think. I didn't watch it that much. Lizzie McGuire. And I'm thinking about a lot of cartoons from the Disney Channel that I don't remember their names, but the images I have them here very clearly. I don't remember their names. Oops. Anyways, I did grow up watching all of that, and I loved it. I still haven't watched every single iconic Disney movie. I'm still missing a few. I didn't watch Mary Poppins until this year. I didn't watch Black Cauldron, I think it's called, until 2 years ago. Pete's Dragon, I saw it last year, I think. So there's few that I'm missing, but I'm still missing some. I'm like watching my pointers. I don't know why, but I have a thing for the underdog characters that aren't that popular. It happens to me not only with characters, but with, I don't know, with music and movies and all that. For example, Daisy, I feel that even they don't have a lot, but I think she's a little bit more popular in Asia than here because of merchandise I've seen and of videos I've watched. But I love her. I don't know, I feel like we are very alike. I don't know. It's my favorite character. I wish I could have more from her. I wish I could see more merchandise from her. But there's not much. I don't know, it's always the Fab Five and everyone's talking about the Fab Five. And I was like, I'm always like, what about Daisy? She's so gorgeous. Sorry about that my memory got kind of shut down my phone because I had to clear it up a bit. So I'm gonna finish this. Daisy, yeah, I love her. I didn't start to collect her fairly recently. My first Daisy was a plushie when I was 15, I think. And 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I started buying plushies every now and then. I actually had 2 years ago, December 2017, I ended the year with 4 or 5 Daisy plushies, and I began this year with a lot of Daisy stuff. That keeps growing. My collection keeps growing. I'm proud of it. But yeah, um, my best friend also kind of like following the my obsession with Disney. One of my best friends is also a huge Disnerd. She loves the movies. We we used to go to a cafe together every now and then. That's downtown. I don't know why. Out of nowhere, we started singing Disney songs. I saw them in English. She saw them in Spanish, and we were like, eh. So we both started singing, and she sang in Spanish, and I sang in English. So I don't know why we used to do that. We had fun doing it. There was this elderly person that used to go a lot to that cafe, until one point he approached us and he was like, "Are you gonna sing today?" And we were like, "Oops." That's when we noticed like we have a Disney problem. But yeah, we used to do it a lot. We don't do it anymore. We don't go to that cafe anymore because we started getting more and more stressed with classes, a lot of homework to do. I already finished my university. She hasn't. So now we talk Disney only. We don't say anymore, but I'm actually looking forward to buy it at Disney game. Uh, Disney Brain Colors, I think it's called. I don't remember what it's called, but it's fairly easy to play with if you don't speak English, I feel. So I wanted to afford a little bit to buy that, to save a little bit to buy that, so we can play. I hope to do it soon. Uh, and memories, yeah, all of my favorite childhood memories are involved. I was gonna say are going to Disney, also that, but involve Disney in a way. Uh, yeah, I grew up loving Disney. My mom loved Disney since she was like a kid, so it was bound to happen. Only that my brother went the other way and it's now like more about video games, and I'm more about Disney. So at least I have my friend. Avilene, I'm talking about you. Yeah, so I don't know. I grew up, again, I grew up loving it. I still love it. Nowadays, I enable my Disney love, watching YouTube videos, watching movies every now and then, learning about new stuff that's happening in the parks, new Disney projects, watching new Disney movies, and buying little Disney stuff, having Disney clothes. I I don't know. It was bound to happen. Even getting a tattoo. I don't know if it's gonna show, but yeah. I made this year, so this is like a new addition to my Disney obsession. So I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to say, oh, I don't love Disney anymore. It's been so many years. I do know how to recognize when I don't like something or a movie. I'm not like, oh, this is Disney, so it's perfect. I love it. No, not everything's perfect. But I still love most of it. I still love a lot of the stuff. So yeah, kind of that's my whole history with Disney. How my family started loving it with my mom, and how it passed on to me. So yeah, fingers crossed that we can finally save up for a Disney trip. That's it. That's it for today. Next video, I think, I hope I can do it. It's gonna be my first about Disney thrift shopping. So looking forward for that. And yeah, this is all for today. Thank you for watching this video, this long video. I hope I can make it shorter next time. And down in the description you can see my social media. Give me a follow if you want to see more and follow this anxious and awkward journey with me and Disney. And I'm looking forward to making next video. Bye!